Oh, okay.
Jane and I were just talking about the Academy Awards. I mean, isn't it great that Jill and Candy are both nominated? I mean, they both hosted our show, and now they're nominated for Academy Awards. Isn't it great?
Yeah.
Isn't it?
It is. I want to wish Candy.
Hello and welcome to the Not Ready for Primetime Project. We're Gary Seath and Brad Robinson.
Luckily, you're not.
This week on the early years of SNL, we're talking about Season 5, Episode 16, with host Burt Reynolds and musical guest Anne Murray. The show originally aired on April 12th, 1980. Brad, we have a legit movie star and sex symbol.
But, sorry. I was going to say Kirk Douglas, but then you threw in sex symbol and I got confused.
Kirk Douglas had his moment in the sun, I'm sure, as a sex symbol back in the day. But now...
1930, yeah.
1980. This is Burt Reynolds' heyday.
It is heyday, yes.
He's happy to share it with us on this episode of SNL, too.
Is he, though? Really?
Well, I mean,
he does not look that thrilled. Like many times, we're like the host team really into it. They were really having a good time. And old gum chomping Burt Reynolds comes out. I'm just like, what the heck, man? Come on.
I just took that as his like cool guy persona. Like he's too cool for everything, so he doesn't want to let you know that he's having fun.
No.
I mean,
was he?
I don't know. I'm assuming. He really enjoyed kissing Lorraine the multiple times he did that throughout the night.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Movie Star.
Yes. I mean, this is after, and he makes reference to it during the show, but this is after Smokey and the Bandit, Gator. Like he's done a lot at this point.
Oh, Deliverance, Longest Yard. Yeah.
Right. The Longest Yard. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, there was a stretch. You mentioned it. This is prime Burt Reynolds from, I think it was like 1978 to 1982. He was like the most popular movie star in America.
Yeah.
Which I think I forgot or never knew.
Right. He eventually married the woman from WKRP in Cincinnati. Lonnie Anderson. Is that her name?
Yes.
Yeah.
You really didn't know her name? Yes, Lonnie.
It escaped me for a second. Yeah. I mean, he was peak movie star. It really is crazy.
Yeah, and he was just in a big movie that just came out, which they referenced a few times. Starting Over, which was James L. Brooks's first movie, written and produced by James L. Brooks. But They make the joke about Oscars, which plays a part in a bunch of the sketches with Candace Bergen, friend of the pod, Jill Clayburgh.
Friend of the pod?
She doesn't know any better.
I was going to say, maybe she didn't listen, and then she's friend. There was a reason that, in his films that were comedies, Burt Reynolds had like a comic foil, like a Dom DeLuise.
Brilliant,
Yes,
of course.
Yes, one of the best. I don't know that Burt Reynolds' comedic chops are 100% hitting on this episode tonight.
Or where his comic stylings lie. Like this episode has a pretty decently or somewhat documented history of Burt Reynolds came in at the beginning of the week was all like gung-ho. Sure, make fun of me. Let's have fun. Let's, be satirical and let's make fun of Burt Reynolds.
Right.
And then I get apparently much of the material that came out he did not like. So they're scrambling to rewrite and come up with new stuff that Burt Reynolds thought was funny and not offensive to him. So you get what we got here tonight? Listen, I'm not going to lie. I'm not a big Burt Reynolds fan.
No?
Like just in general. No, I'm not really. Like as an actor, I can't say I love Burt Reynolds movies.
You grew up watching Evening Shade, though. Or is it you just mean his film career that you're not a big fan
of? The film career.
Oh, okay.
But I was introduced to Burt Reynolds by Evening Shade. And then when I went back, I was truly shocked at what I discovered.
Shocked and disappointed.
Yes. I was like, what the hell is this? Son of a...
It's Smokey and the Bandit?
I mean, growing up in the 80s, I had to have seen Smokey and the Bandit. But I cannot tell you what it was about. And probably...
Yeah.
I probably I probably only ever saw Smokey and the Bandit 2.
That is blasphemy. You
I
feel
just-
like it.
I
I know you are a big Cannonball Run fan though, right?
Well, that's great. Yes, of course.
Yeah. I mean, those
But
two.
that's not Smokey and the Bandit.
It's not Smokey and the Bandit. No. They're very similar in a lot of ways, and they're very different in like tone, really.
Right.
Yeah.
They're directed by the same guy, I believe.
Are they?
Yeah. I think, Hal Needham is his name. I think he directed a lot of like Longest Yard.
Uh-huh.
It's funny, you know, I was researching. So apparently, did you know that the Jack Nicholson role in Terms of Endearment was written for Burt Reynolds?
Oh, no, I did not.
Yeah, and I guess obviously, as I said, like the movie he just did, Starting Over, was a James L. Brooks movie, and then Terms of Endearment, James L. Brooks also wrote,
Right.
he then directed that one, and apparently Burt Reynolds thought he had more allegiance or owed more to Hal Needham, so he went and did, I think, what the hell was it? Might have been Cannonball Run, actually.
Right.
No, but he basically turned it down to go do a Hal Needham movie. It wasn't Cannonball Run, it was something else. But anyway, he went and did that movie and didn't do Terms of Endearment, which of course won Oscars for so many people.
Well, and I can't. How can I say this politely? I can't. Jack Nicholson was much better than I think Burt Reynolds could have ever been in that role.
But that's what I'm saying. Aside from Deliverance, I don't really think I like Burt Reynolds in a movie.
Oh, what about, here's a good one, Striptease with Demi Moore.
Eh.
He's really funny
a
in
Burt-
that movie, though.
Yeah, it's not a Burt Reynolds movie though, but I
I
hear
know.
what you're saying.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
also good in the Boogie Nights, but like I mean like
Right,
a Burt
right,
Reynolds
right.
movie.
Right. The Longest Yard?
I don't think I've ever seen it.
Oh, all right.
Either one.
All right.
Here's a Hal Needham question for you though, ready? Do you know what other movie? I mean, he directed dozens, but I'm asking you to try to guess a specific one. Another Hal Needham directed film? Mid-80s.
The Great Outdoors.
No. Come on. No.
I don't know.
1987's Body Slam.
Oh.
Dirt Benedict, Rowdy Piper, right? I knew you'd know the movie if I
Yes.
said it.
Yes, I know the movie. That's funny. Now I kind of want to watch that. Nice.
I hope that holds up well.
Body Slam?
Yeah,
I feel like it'll hold up
I
better
re-
than this episode of SNL.
I remember loving that movie when I was a kid.
Before we get into the show itself, do you want to talk about Anne Murray, or do you want to just hold off on that until her performance
Fucking
is?
Anne Murray. No, let's just go. Anne Murray. Woman haunts me.
All right, well, let's just get into it. The cold open starts right with Burt in the makeup chair. Like there's no lead up to it. It's just first shot, right? Burt in the makeup chair getting made up. And Lorraine comes in and tells him how great he is, but she's sad for him because he was snubbed for the Oscar. And he is #1 in her box office.
Yes.
Yeah. So that just sets the tone for the night.
That's the good joke of this sketch.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I wrote it down and I was certain to bring that up. Because then Garrett comes and talks to Burt and again is like, sorry you got snubbed for the Oscar. And then he calls him the N-word of Hollywood because he doesn't get any respect.
Mm-hmm. And then
Burt,
doubles down.
yes, he
and
repeats it.
says it himself as he leaves the room. Yeah.
Jesus.
I know.
Ah. Fucking 1980.
1980, man. Gloves are off.
I guess. Then we go to Gilda and Jane at the lockers, again in those robes that they've been wearing.
They love
for
those
the last
robes.
few
They
weeks.
love them. They must have been like an early rap gift. They love those robes.
And Jane, they're bad mouthing Burt, and then Jane leaves, and Gilda's talking to Burt again, talks about the Oscar snub, and he just loses his cool, I guess, and slams Gilda into a locker repeatedly, and then throws her into the locker.
Yeah, she fits in a locker.
Yes. Those are not big lockers.
No, they are not.
Yeah. And then she does Live from New York from the locker. We don't even see her. We just hear her.
I was amazed. I was amazed by this whole sketch.
Quite the start to the episode.
Yeah. We talked with Matt Newman about this sketch. He wrote this opening and he talked to us a little bit about how Lorne's the one who put in the Garrett bit.
Right.
And he said, we need something for Garrett, put it in. And it was like a Lorne line that the censors argued with, and they like fought over it. It stayed in, but that all was like brought about, like asked for.
Right.
Which is amazing. That's amazing. And then the fact that he goes after Gilda and starts, like slams her into the locker and shoves her into the locker. It's like, what is this sketch about?
It's also interesting because it sets the tone, and we see this as the night goes on, really, of Burt Reynolds playing himself and and doing some questionable things right from the start. It's not even like I was playing a character that did this.
No. And it's not a good omen. It was fun to go meta and see that. That's always fun. And I get it with this host. Like you said, big name, big movie star host. You want to throw him in as much as you can. So, of course, you do the cold open around him. I buy that. And like poking fun at the Oscars was a good premise, kind of attacking his status. Like it all, in theory, makes sense. But one, the Garrett and the Gilda of it all.
Mm-hmm.
But two, he's just not that great.
No.
To your point, playing himself, which is not a good sign of things to come.
Yeah.
Like it's not an enjoyable performance watching Burt Reynolds play Burt Reynolds.
No. And I think that's the surprising thing, right? Like because he is this sex symbol movie star, he's kind of an asshole throughout the night when he plays himself.
I think he's kind of an asshole all week.
Well, I mean, maybe he was kind of an asshole, especially in 1980.
Yeah.
From there, we go to the monologue, and I noticed last week we talked about before the monologue.
Before the monologue, though, you know what I noticed in the opening credits, and I just realized it this week? They have 2 different title cards for Don Novello.
Yeah,
because this is another episode. He's introduced as Father Guido Sarducci, and I never realized it. If it's Don Novello, there's a Don Novello picture, and if it's Father Sarducci, he's dressed in character. I never realized it until this week.
Oh, really? No. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the first time I noticed it. I don't know why.
Yeah. Well, Burt comes out for the monologue, and I noticed this time, last week we talked about the chain at the top of the stairs that they had to step over.
Before you get to that, my first note, I am not looking forward to this at all.
The monologue,
whatever this monologue
the show?
is, this monologue. After that cold open, I am not looking forward to this monologue.
I think that's fair. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. So he comes down the stairs, and now he has to leap over another chain, which he does.
They changed it again.
Yeah.
They brought the turnstiles back.
Right.
And they put a new
my note was, why are there so many obstacles on this set? Is this a metaphor for this season? I think it might be.
The one thing I do think about this home base is, and they mentioned it, I think, in the first sketch. They say it in an update, but the transit strike was going on.
Right.
And I think they might, because the home base now has like the gates are drawn over the background and there's like spray paint all over it. So I think they were doing something like that. So maybe that's why he had to jump over the rope, like it was closed off. I don't know. But I noticed more so that they had the backdrop was all covered up.
Yeah. He comes out, makes a couple jokes about there are no open nasal passages here at the show.
Speaking of open, this guy comes down wearing a jacket, open with no shirt underneath.
Yeah, it's like a green satin jacket with nothing underneath.
It's a kind of sport. It's the kind of look you would sport one day, I think.
One day soon, hopefully. And then he decides to talk to someone from the audience. So he sits down at the edge of the stage and calls this kid Henry up and just talks to Henry about Burt Reynolds. And I don't know, man. This was like, was this a bit? Was this trying to be something? It felt flat and bad.
At least he didn't sing.
Yeah, that would have been much worse.
I was genuinely worried he was going to bust into song because he had nothing else to do.
No.
And he's chewing gum the whole time.
Well,
so, of course, all I can think about is Norm Macdonald.
Yes.
The entire monologue. I'm like thinking Norm doing Burt.
I thought the same thing. And I thought Norm Macdonald had to see nothing of Burt Reynolds except maybe this monologue. And that's where he pulled his impression from. And it holds up.
Spot on.
Yeah.
Spot on.
It doesn't get any better moving forward.
Go on.
Yeah. So our first sketch of the night has Bill and Jane as parents to their 2 teenage daughters played by Lorraine and Gilda, who are excitedly waiting for someone, and it's not clear right away who it is that they're waiting for to come at midnight. And then you realize, oh, they're waiting for Burt Reynolds to show up. And God damn, this sketch, nothing about this was enjoyable to me. I'm sorry.
No.
So-
The whole point is he was supposed to come, which is never explained why he's coming over, but
Right.
he's in town for something, and he was supposed to come over, and they had hors d'oeuvres out, and they're saying maybe we should go to bed. He was supposed to come at 7 p.m. It's midnight. He's not going to come. And then just around then is when there's screeching tires and a limo pulls up.
Right. And Garrett comes in as his driver, and then he gives Burt Reynolds the okay to come in, and the parents and everyone is just fawning over Burt Reynolds now. And you learn eventually that Lorraine is part of his fan club or something and sent him some pictures of her as a 16-year-old in cheerleader outfit.
Yeah, you also learn she's 16, right?
Yes. You learn she's 16.
Okay. Vital part of the story here.
Yeah. And Gilda is 15, and they are sisters. And Burt Reynolds comes over to take the girls back to his hotel, and says to takes Bill Murray aside and says, I'm going to take your daughter to the hotel with me to drill her, I believe.
And drill their brains out.
Yeah, drill their brains out.
Yeah. I was like, holy shit. Because he has this whole story like he's bored and horny.
Yes.
And then there's Polaroids involved that she sent Polaroids. Yes, I'm not going to lie. This might offend me more than Cicely Tyson.
Okay. Well, all right.
Like this sketch
It's
is
up
that
there.
bad.
Yeah, it is up
It
there.
is that bad.
It's just
Like at one point, I actually ended this with the question, did he make them write this?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I was like, how do you do this? Like, I
How
do
do
not
you think this is-
understand.
And this was written by Sarah Pally.
Really?
Yeah, she wrote this, I think possibly with Franken, but I believe this is like a Sarah Pally piece. Like it's mainly her piece. And then I found that out. I was like, oh my God, why would you?
I don't know. It's so disturbing on so many levels. And then he leaves with the girls, and Bill and Jane as the
Oh,
parents
God.
stay. And then they start calling people to brag that their daughter's left with Burt Reynolds.
And there's some stupid line about, oh, you're going to spend the night. Oh, no, they're not spending the night. At about 2 a.m.,
Yeah.
I will kick them out and they'll be in front of the hotel. And Bill's telling his friend, he's like, when I go pick them up at 2 a.m., I'll call you back and let you know how it went.
Yeah.
It's not good.
No. Do you know? This is a good time to play this game.
No.
How old Burt Reynolds was?
Oh, Jesus Christ. He's older than he looks, I predict.
44.
Holy shit. I wanted to say older. I wanted to say older than Richard Benjamin. I was like, no way. See, I am getting better at this.
44. And in a sketch where he's taking home 2 teenage girls. Yeah, like young teenage girls. Not that it
young
makes any
teenage
difference.
girls. And the parents are like in on it. Like people complain about the Uncle Roy sketches. Like this is far worse.
Yes, this is more in your face, blatantly just wrong. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I usually try to defend most of the stuff they put on this season.
Yeah.
And I can't in this at all.
Good. I mean, I'm glad you can't. I didn't think you would. Yeah, this was a very, very uncomfortable way to lead off the show, in my opinion.
Yeah, leading off the episode. I'm so upset right now.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Like watching this episode, I'm like, this is unreal.
We start with Garrett.
Newsflash, does not get better.
Yeah. Well, no, it doesn't. I mean, so
No, there's no well. There is no well.
the only well comes in a little bit, and I'll tell you. But next,
They're not wells, Gary. They're troughs.
next we go to Rome, 65 AD. And it doesn't say this, but we are in a vomitorium, which was not a real thing, but they make it a real thing here, where all of the Romans are just coming in, and Bill is handing them all a feather so they can gag themselves and vomit in these troughs, as you mentioned.
Which apparently it takes you a minute to realize is in a restaurant. because they're at a restaurant. And they keep coming in to throw up and then eat more food.
Right.
But it's like in the back of this Roman restaurant.
And it's just people coming in and taking feathers and then going over to the trough and throwing up. And eventually Burt Reynolds comes in as Burt Reynolds, basically, in like Roman wardrobe, still chewing his gum, I think. I'm not sure.
Oh, no, he is, because I have only one note for this entire sketch, and it is he's still chewing the goddamn gum.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Only note.
And then he sees Lorraine from afar, and she introduces herself as Anorexia. And I think he kisses her here. I don't know. I just felt like he was kissing Lorraine every chance he got on screen.
I think he does at one point after he holds his hair. So can I hold your
that's
hair
what it
while
was.
you?
Yeah.
Can I hold your hair while you barf?
Yes.
And then.
Yeah. And that's
after he tried hitting on Jane, and Jane wisely got the hell out of there.
Yeah. Not written. She just was like, I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Jane's like, I've had enough.
Was this?
I got update in half an hour. I got to get ready.
Was this just a vomitorium sketch for the sake of having a vomitorium sketch? Because I didn't really understand why we did this.
I'm going to refer to my lone note. He's still chewing the goddamn gum. I got nothing. I believe Franken and Davis. That's the only other thing I think I can offer to this.
Oh, that makes total sense. Yeah.
I got nothing.
That was bad.
It was not good. No.
Well, the well is up next. Burt introduces what, in his opinion, is the most pure voice in music to him. Anne Murray comes on and sings the song Lucky Me. I say well because we know that Anne Murray is not going to do anything to offend anyone. So that's our only respite here.
It is a sad night on SNL when I am thankful for Anne Murray showing up.
That is a milestone, I think. This episode can hang its hat on that. You got nothing else on Anne Murray, right? You don't.
Not much. I mean, her backup singers look absolutely miserable. I mean, they did just sit through the last two sketches, for Christ's sake. So, of course, they're not happy.
No.
And they're singing this song, which whatever it is.
Yeah.
No, I did look it up. I looked a few things up. So, yes, this is the first single off her recent album is something called Somebody's Waiting, which apparently made it to '1 on the Canadian adult contemporary charts. So, you know, who knows? And apparently a top 10 country song, which I didn't think this was country, but I guess it is.
Interesting.
She was. Then after I looked that up, I did legitimately look up, did Anne Murray ever sleep with Lorne Michaels? Followed by, did she ever sleep with Burt Reynolds?
Followed by, did she sleep with Paul Simon?
Oh, no, I thought you were going to say Elliot Gould because I knew that was a yes, so I didn't bother looking that one up. Then I actually felt bad because I looked up and she was actually married at this point, and she was married from like 1975 to 2000. So then I felt kind of bad. But
wow, good for her. Well,
well, another
Murray.
well.
We go to Weekend Update next. We get a bunch of jokes about Carter and the Shah of Iran. There's a Reagan joke, the transit strike.
Transit strike, which they mentioned like 2 weeks in a row now, which just ended the day before.
Right.
It was like an 11-day transit strike, the second one they've ever had in the city.
Crazy.
Wouldn't happen again until 2005.
Oh.
I remember that strike.
Do you?
Huge pain in the ass. Yeah. It was out for like 3 days right before Christmas. Sucked.
Then we get Father Guido Sarducci at the desk. He talks about...
You didn't like the Edith Bunker reference?
Oh, the Edith Bunker and Waltons reference?
They like make a joke that she got written out of Archie's place. And so
what?
Moving on. I'm grasping at straws.
No, I
this
know.
episode, Gary.
Honestly, I didn't think it really got better with Father Guido Sarducci comes on to talk about pandas, and then it went to dogs, and I honestly...
Oh, I mean, it's a little long.
It is.
You know what? It's a little long, but it was welcomed in this episode, and I actually liked it. I thought it was fun.
Yeah, it felt a little circuitous to me, and I was just kind of like, all right. Yeah. It didn't hit. That's all.
I needed anything at this point, and so a long-winded Father Guido Sarducci bit was just fine for me.
And all the time, it's a savor the panda, savor this tuna fish, savor this turtle, savor this, savor that. It's just one after another one. And all the time, it's always knocking a man, you know? Always picking on a man, making him feel like it's responsible, like it was his fault, you know? And all I know is that while we're out working, trying to keep this planet running smooth, the animals, they're out running around like a bunch of kids. And I'm sick of hearing that it's always man that's messing up with the ecology, when we're the only ones out there with the trucks following around the animals, picking up all of their, you know what. I mean, I know it's not man that's messing up with the statues. It's those stinking pigeons. I wish they would have built a bigger statue of a pigeon and let me up there.
I understand what you're saying.
I needed it. I needed it.
Right. We got a couple more one-liners about, you know, whatever's going on at the times with Chrysler and Rust and blah, blah, blah. And then Bill comes on for his third annual Oscar predictions, which also felt kind of flat and just kind of rushed through and not much there.
Huh. Again, I thought this was pretty good. They usually are. It's par for the course. It's been every time. You know, he goes through the categories, same old joke about not caring about the supporting actors, which I thought was funny because he's done it the last 2 times. He just wipes them all off the board. And I actually thought this was a quality update. I thought the jokes were decent, and I thought the 2 desk pieces were okay, and easily the highlight of the night so far.
Oh yeah, I agree with that. I felt like the jokes at the desk were stronger than the pieces from Father Guido or Bill, but
I liked both of those. But again, I might have just been like reaching to enjoy something.
Yeah.
Because up until Weekend Update, I've hated this episode.
I don't know that
With
it's going to get any better for you. Because you talk about reaching, Brad. I felt like the next one was a reach. We see Deliverance 2. And my first note was, this this must be our long, convoluted sketch for the night.
I had a similar note with that long setup in the police office. And I'm like, what in the hell is this? This has the makings for at least a 4-set sketch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was. It started with Anita Bryant pushing OJ, but hating on gays. And
Jane's back as Anita Bryant.
Yeah. And they need Burt to go undercover. So he goes undercover to New York and gets 2 leather daddies and brings them to the swamp as bait.
Yes.
For trying to catch these guys. And then there are just like long scenes of Garrett and Harry as the 2 leather daddies they get in New York, and Burt now also in leather. They're canoeing for a while.
I will say, them canoeing helped produce my first genuine laugh from a sketch all night. And it was when they faded in too quick and Burt wasn't in the canoe yet. They fade in from the title screen or the B-roll of the boat, of the canoe going down the water, and Burt's not in the canoe, and they fade back out real quick, and you can see him really quick trying to run in. And that was the first time in a sketch I laughed out loud tonight.
You know what? I laughed, and I didn't write this down, so I glossed over it. I believe it was the first sketch of the night when a light fell immediately.
No, that was in this.
Oh, that was in.
It was in the opening set of this.
Oh, it was
no,
in
it's
this.
Because
You're right,
I have the
right.
note. I said lights falling. The light
this.
fell down.
I was thinking it was in the
one.
living room, but you're right. It was in this
No.
scene. It's so bad. Yeah. So then it's just, I don't even know. Like then they get to a campsite and they all go
They're in a campsite. They're looking for other people. They're
tent.
trying to find mountain homosexuals. I can't tell. I guess to arrest them. And then they come across 3 dudes. It's Bill Murray, Brian Dole Murray. Who the hell's the other one?
Paul.
Somebody else. Oh, it is Paul. Yeah, it's Paul because he's playing the banjo.
Right.
And then they all go off, and then Bill's left with Burt, and then they try to arrest each other because they're both undercover. And then you find out everybody there is undercover, except I guess Harry Shearer, because when they ask him like where his badge is, he's like, "Oh, I forgot it, but I'm with the San Francisco Police Department." And then they all ask to like crash for the night, and they all cram or go to cram in the one tent.
Yeah. A lot of guys in that one tent.
A lot of guys. I mean, yeah, this is another one. You finished the sketch and like, what was that?
Yes, that's exactly
And
right.
I mean, I am piecing together that they're trying to do like 2 movies in one. Obviously, there's Deliverance with Burt Reynolds and playing his character from Deliverance, but I think then they're also parroting the Al Pacino movie Cruising, because that just come out this
Again?
year.
Didn't they already do that?
No, that's the George C. Scott movie you're thinking of, which is called something similar.
Oh, there was a cruising joke on Weekend Update at some point, I think.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
When it was the Father Guido Sarducci waiting for Nixon, I think, was the cruising joke.
Oh.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that movie came out a couple months earlier, and it's about a serial killer like stalking gay men in New York City and like the leather scene of New York. So they're trying to do this like movie mashup,
Right.
which I don't know if they've done before. I don't remember them really like combining 2 different movies into one thing. Maybe we have. I can't. But
yeah, maybe.
So it's like this weird juxtaposition that makes no sense of Deliverance and Cruising coming together. And then just to keep into the line of offensiveness of the night, after we've had like racism and misogyny, we're going to have homophobia, which it was just blatantly Harry and Gary, or whoops, Harry and Garrett just lisping their way through the scene.
Yeah.
And being gay.
Yeah. This
Is that it? I don't know.
episode, man. I'm surprised none of our guests wanted to do this episode.
Oddly enough, no one said Burt Reynolds.
Yeah.
No one.
Well, a few weeks ago, we had the Kirk on Kirk sketch where Kirk Douglas did that. So this week, we have to get Burt Reynolds' self-referential sketch, or another one, I guess. This one is for the Burt book. So the sketch starts with Lorraine on the phone with her husband telling her that he's not going to be home. What does she do? Well, she gets the Burt book. It's a book all about Burt Reynolds with some pictures, I think it says, and some quotes, and it will make you blush, tingle, and ultimately relax. As he gazes at you with that penetrating look. Not nice. So this book is all about women, and you see Lorraine in the background because Burt Reynolds comes out and promos the book. You see Lorraine in the background.
Well, Jane's doing the promo,
right? Jane. Well, and then
which was my first note when I saw Jane. I said, "Thank God." And so Jane is forefront. She stands in the foreground and she holds the book up. So she's kind of covering Lorraine at times.
Yeah. And
she's explaining everything that you were just saying. And then, they'd cut to Burt where he'd say like, well, what my turn ons, my turn offs,
right.
Whatever. And then he'd cut back to Jane still in the foreground. And I actually did like this bit where then she takes the book down at the end.
Yeah.
And did you catch?
Yes.
Lorraine like pulls her hand out from under the cover.
Yes.
It's like subtle enough where you might have missed it, but it was pretty funny.
I don't know how subtle it was. I feel like it was.
No, I don't know. Maybe not. Okay.
Then the line at the end was not necessarily for women only.
Oh, right.
Yeah. I mean, it's just another one of these. Not exactly Martin Sheen Hairspray.
No, but it's a decent sketch. And again, it's an easy gag with the host that you had.
Yeah, it's very easy.
Yeah. I mean, I'm fairly certain this is the first sketch, again, actual sketch that has actual jokes in it tonight.
I think that's probably true.
But it was short, easy, did the job. I think this worked. I think that we could have used this earlier in the night. I like that. I will say from this sketch forward, the night does get better. The episode does pick up in the last third. And it starts with this. This is a nice little sketch. This could have played really well, like after the monologue. Well, he couldn't after the monologue, but like early in the night because it's fun. And I think you would have helped offset some of the other stuff you got stuck with the first half of the show.
Yeah, it does feel off balance between the first half and second half.
Because this was nice, and the next thing's great.
The next thing is wonderful.
Yeah.
So this is just a street scene. It looked, and when I first started watching it, I was like, oh, is this more found footage that they were using, that they found and did? It is a scene, just a steady camera shot down the street. And then you hear, well, I mean, you explain this because this is what you do.
Let's. No, I don't do this. It is found. It's like a found footage scene.
I know, but this, like, what they're saying is,
it's a lock off, and then they basically so it's funny, we've seen this before. I looked at it, and it reminded me of the thing in Mondo Video we talked about when they had the shot on the dock, and people are just walking, and a car drives by, and basically there's a voiceover, and the voiceover is of a director, in theory, giving direction to all the people you see in the frame. And then I looked it up, and it's the same dude, this guy Andy Aaron.
yeah,
He did that one. He did this one. And I was like, oh my God. He also did the one with Tom Davis. The one where Tom Davis, it's like he's at a crosswalk and it's like push button, and he pushes the button and the building behind him collapses.
Right.
Same dude. I had no idea this was the same guy.
it's really funny.
But, well, it's funny because I didn't remember this going into it. And so you're watching it and you're kind of wondering, I'm like, okay, it does seem kind of like the found footage, again, like we saw before. But then at the very end, then this huge, like 10-story apartment building in the background just crumbles and is demolished. And I was like, oh my God.
I love
like,
it.
That's very impressive.
I love the
they
setup
worked this
for
whole
it.
thing.
Yeah, the whole
Yeah,
setup
it's
for
really
it was
cool.
As the director, he's like, "Is that brick building in your shot? The one on the left?" And the cameraman's like, "Yeah, I can't not have that in my shot. What are you talking about?" And he's like, "Lose the building," and then the building just
Okay, we'll get it for you. We'll get it for you. And then you just see it crumble, and I was like, holy shit. And then he's asking for somebody to like cue somebody. He's like, "Where is he? Go, go, go!"
Yeah.
And the guy, and then some guy finally walks into frame. He's like, "You're out of this business. You'll never work in this town again."
Right. That's funny. I liked it. I really liked
Really
this
great.
He's talking to the actors, and at one point, like one of the actresses turned around. And he's like, "Don't look at the camera. Don't look at the camera." Yeah.
Yeah. It's really good. It's really funny. I think he went to school with Chevy. And he actually might have been in the Chevy Chase documentary. Yeah. I gotta find him. Like, he's still around. He does a lot of sound work, like sound effects recording.
Oh, okay.
Is what his like profession is nowadays. I gotta reach out and talk to this guy because these films are great. And until I saw this and put together from the last one, it was the same guy. Again, I never thought this was the same guy who did the Tom Davis one. I always knew of the Tom Davis film, but to now know it's the same guy and he's done like a series of these. We got to talk to this guy.
That's funny. Yeah, this was really good. I really enjoyed this. After this, it's all about being a pepper, Brad. Are you a pepper?
I'm not a pepper.
You're not a pepper?
Not a pepper.
Well, I'm a pepper. Lorraine's a
Would be.
pepper, it turns out. And this sketch is Lorraine sitting on the floor between her parents, once again, Bill and Jane, and making phone calls to everyone seemingly in the phone book. And the parents are concerned, right, to be a pepper. Are you a pepper? I'm a pepper. The parents don't understand, and it turns out they used to be peppers. And when all of her friends come over, Bill and everybody, really.
Rosie's there.
Rosie is there. That's right. And it turns out that her parents were once peppers, but they're not anymore because they had kids. So this is all based on an old Dr. Pepper campaign from the 70s.
Yeah, people were singing and like big choreographed dancing in New York City and stuff. And
yeah,
I mean, I think this played a lot better.
Absolutely. In the moment.
This is a very good sketch of the time. Now you're like, what is the point of this? I don't get it. But I think at the time it's a good sketch.
It also kind of had that feel of like a teeny movie, kind of like a Annette Funicello, Frankie Avalon type movie with the kids like confronting the parents and then finding out that they used to be hip, as it were.
Yeah, they all do a good job. Lorraine's good. Bill's really good. Like, it's a fun little sketch. You just need to know what it's about and like understand what they're doing.
Yeah.
And they have fun at the end where they're all singing the Dr. Pepper, be a pepper, drink Dr. Pepper song, and they all run off the set and through the audience, and the camera stays on them while they run into dark. Like, it's a fun thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. I mistakenly said Bill's the father, but actually Brian is the father.
Right, because they grade his temples. I did notice that.
Yeah.
I noticed they grade his temples to make him look like a dad. Did you see what Jane was doing? Is she sewing a smiley face?
I don't know what she was sewing. I didn't.
It looked like it was one of those white, the smiley faces.
Yeah.
Those classic. It looked like it was that. And I was like waiting for that to be part of the sketch somehow because she sets it down and answers the door, but then never comes back to it.
No. That was our first sketch without Burt Reynolds, too. Maybe that's why it was not
Good.
offensive.
No. He had nothing to do with it.
No. He's in the next one, though. And it's just him and Gilda. They come home from a party and she's angry. This is a slice of life sketch that just turns into a fight about him not introducing her to a couple. And the argument really just escalates until he picks her up with ease. Like,
Well, she weighs $105.
I know, but just like the way in which he picked her straight up over his head was pretty impressive, to be honest with you.
I feel like if I didn't see her stuffed into a skinny locker earlier in the night, I would have been more impressed.
That's true.
But we've already seen yeah.
I don't know. How'd you feel about this one? This is another slice of life sketch that they're doing in season 5.
I think this is a good little scene. I like this. I think it was a typical slice of life where it's dramatic. And I thought Gilda was good.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought Burt Reynolds was bearable. He's toned down and subtle.
Yeah.
For the first time tonight. I think not chewing gum. But I liked it. I thought the acting was good, and I enjoyed the whole idea of, drama, and then they try to make it funny at the end of the sketch where they go to have sex, and there's like one little joke at the end.
Yeah.
But it felt to me kind of like that Maryland piece with John and Sissy Spacek, where we're gonna try to be drama the whole time, like a real, just like a sketch, like a scene and not a sketch.
Right. I feel like it's not as well thought through as the Maryland pieces were. And I think that's kind of my problem with a lot of these slice of life sketches we've seen this year is I feel like, and this is the sketch that made me think of it, was comparing it to that John and Sissy Spacek sketch. That one just felt so tight and like really well written. And the dialogue in that one really made you believe it in the way in which it was delivered and everything. And this one just kind of felt, and I don't know if it was the acting or the writing really, it was missing something in that for me.
I don't think it's missing the acting. I think the acting's really good. I think Gilda is very good in this. Like, in a way, we don't really see her a lot.
Yeah.
And I thought, again, like Burt being toned down played really well.
Yeah.
I like the act. I hear what you're saying. The writing, it's because there's not a lot to it.
Right.
The whole thing is about this argument of you didn't introduce me to the couple. You're not listening to me, and they kind of just go back and forth in that same beat over
Right.
and over again.
Right.
In different manners until they finally reach, what's really bothering them. And then, when he lifts her up and, apologizes.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
I'd take it.
All right. Will you take the next bit?
Take it to the trash.
Brad's favorite Anne Murray comes back and sings, "Why Don't You Stick Around?" You got anything on this number? No?
No. Well, here you go. Funny story. So this was the B-side off of the first single off her last album, this song Broken Hearted Me, which actually went to number 1. The reason I bring it up is this album is called I'll Always Love You, which of course I saw in the record store today when my search for the Marianne Faithfull album continues, and I can't find Marianne Faithfull, but every time I go to a record shop, there's at least 2 or 3 Anne Murray records, 4 or 5 Judy Collins records, Leo Sayer's in there, Leon Redbone was in there.
Yeah.
I want one album, one Marianne Faithfull album is all I want. So listen, obviously I still don't have it. So if you're out there and you want to send it, I'll take it.
No one has it. They probably like got rid of all of
they
those
must
that
have it because I
existed.
can't find it anywhere.
No one has it. No one wants it. You're the only person that wants that record. It's kind of amazing to me.
It's a very good album. I don't know what you're
It
talking
is
about.
not very good.
Have you listened to it? You haven't even listened to it.
I haven't listened to the whole thing, but it is not very good. What I've listened to,
Wrong.
not good.
Wrong.
I'm not wrong. You probably like this next sketch too.
It's okay.
Yeah. We get Baba Wawa at large, and she is interviewing Marlon Brando, played by Burt Reynolds this time. And it's just I don't know, cookie cutter Marlon Brando jokes, Barbara Wawa jokes.
Yeah, it's typical. Like Gilda's good as she always is with this character. I still think they do a good job, Alan Zweibel, of writing for Barbara Wawa and like being smart with the words and the the dictation they use. Like I appreciate that in these sketches, like watching the words they choose to have her say and what the dialogue they give her. I like that. I kind of would have liked to have seen Burt play himself, but I'm guessing that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
Like he could have had fun with it. Like this would have been a fun thing for Burt Reynolds to have fun. Like people used to do on the Tom Snyder show or whatever, where like they could lampoon themselves.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm wondering if that was the initial pitch and then it just didn't work out.
Right. And then he was like, I do a mean Marlon Brando.
I mean, his Brando's not bad.
It's fine. It's fine.
But it's funny. There was like a long running Brando Burt Reynolds feud that was going on that was kind of like big at the time. So there was the story had gone on for The Godfather that Burt Reynolds really wanted the Sonny Corleone part.
Oof.
And that went to James Caan. And there was a story that had gone around that Marlon Brando didn't think Burt Reynolds was an actor, very good actor. And so like basically told Coppola not to hire him.
Yeah. All right.
And so it's kind of funny. Like maybe that's the reason why, like, he's like, I'll get Marlon Brando back. Watch this.
Right.
And I saw an interview when I was doing research of that Burt had done a couple of years before his death. Cause he'd had an autobiography came out.
Yeah.
Aptly titled Enough About Me. But he talks about Marlon Brando and he says like, he's a strange man and he never liked me. I don't know why.
Huh.
But apparently I also learned that the whole reason Burt Reynolds grew a mustache was that so people would stop saying he looked like Marlon Brando.
Really?
I guess back in the day.
Huh.
Because he was around for a while. He did like TV and,
right.
And I guess coming up, he could have been compared to like another Brando, I guess, maybe.
Interesting.
And then he threw that mustache on.
Huh. Well, it works for him. Everyone seems to love it.
But knowing that and then seeing the sketch, it's like, okay, he was good
fine.
at Brando, I thought.
Sure.
Yeah, it's fine.
And that's it. That's our episode. We go to Goodnights. He's still in the Brando fat suit.
Oh, good. He's chewing gum again. All right, we're back.
Yeah. Wow. This episode. Oof.
Not good.
Not good.
Not good.
And pretty offensive. Not just to Marlon Brando.
This episode starts off horrific and then gets marginally better as it continues. But overall, like this one hurts.
Yeah, it's rough. I mean,
I think they managed to offend more people than the Cicely Tyson episode. At least they stayed focused on that episode on who they were degrading.
Yeah. No, this one is bad. It's really bad.
I wonder how much of it is like, I would love to see an initial rundown, you know what I mean? Of what sketches they did throw to him that never made it to light.
Right.
Because he's like, I'm not doing that. I'm Burt Reynolds. I'm not doing that.
Right. Yeah.
Like I know there was one that Gamble and Pross wrote that it made it to dress and didn't go to air, but it was called Jack LaLanne Theater with Bill as Jack LaLanne, and he's putting on a production of Death of a Salesman in his health club.
All right.
And I think, and I'm Bert's gonna play the Willie Loman character. So there were other things in there. It's just I don't know how. I would love to see what they started with and then what got us to this, because this is the end result is just
bad.
I mean, this is one of the worst.
Yeah, it really is. It is very bad. It is offensive and not enjoyable. Well, Brad, what are your best bits?
Argument. I like that slice of life. I thought it was good, and I thought you saw a side of Gilda we don't get to see very often, and it was. I'd watch that again.
For me, it was Street Scene. Like that, I really enjoyed that. That was the only thing that I actually really enjoyed all night.
It's very good.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Like I want to go watch his other shorts. If you guys go to his website, like I think they're all on there, or he has a YouTube channel, but I want to go watch the rest of his shorts because it's really good.
Andy Aaron.
I'll call him. We'll see if we can get him on.
Yeah, that'd be good. Next week on the early years of SNL, we'll be talking about season 5, episode 17, with host Strother Martin and musical guest The Specials. Until then,
Home stretch, baby.
Yeah.
Home stretch.
Oh.
4 more, guy.
oh, I know. Until then, good night and have a pleasant tomorrow.
Good night, and have a pleasant tomorrow.
Thanks for listening to the Not Ready for Primetime Project. Look for us on social media everywhere at NR4PT Project. And please drop us a line to let us know what you think of the shows, and frankly, because we're kinda lonely, at nr4ptproject@gmail.com. The Not Ready for Primetime Project team includes Brad Robinson and Gary Seath. Please remember to rate and review wherever you watch and or listen to the show.
Down rolling.
Places, everyone. The ushers in the back, stay out of the picture, please. Okay, remember, we're going for a certain kind of feeling here. A kind of a casual, relaxed feeling. Just people strolling downtown. Okay, roll camera. Slate.
Street scene 21B, take 1.
All right, you 2 hard hats, just stay put there by the wall. Unit 2, keep those background people moving. Gotcha. Susie and Ann, get out of the car now. Can they hear me in there? Girls, can you hear me? Get out of the car! Okay, good. Pick up your bag. Lock the door. Love it. And put a dime in the meter. Let's get some people on the right. Marching band will be ready in 10 minutes. Terrific, Susie. Give me a big smile now. That's it, sweetheart. Bobby, take a snapshot. Keep it moving, people. Little girl on skids. What's your name, darling? Karen, honey, what I want you to do is don't look at the camera. Take off, skate down the street toward those big buildings. Perfect. That building over on the left isn't in the shot, is it?
Yeah, it is.
It is. I told you specifically, I need more people in the street. The big one on the left, I want that out. It ruins the whole feeling of the scene.
Well, we just can't move the whole
Boy,
building.
can't I get anything done around here? Marty, I want you to lose that building to the left. The brick one? Yes, the brick one. Roger. Okay, good. Let's get some action in the background, people. I mean, we're trying to make a movie here. Let's get that marching band in here now.
They're not here yet.
Then what's his name? Doug. Get in here on the left. Doug, it's your cue. Hustle! You're fired, pal. Let me work in this town again. And let's cut.
I mean, there's too much smoke anyway. Thank you, people. Lunch.
Brad, why do you do this? Do you do this to hurt us?